Hey everybody, Brett from AstartesGaming here, back with another episode of our Total War Attila Western Roman Empire campaign. So at the end of last episode, we were trying to figure out how best to finish the Picts off and end this war once and for all. And of course, subjugate them and make them a puppet state under our empire. And so I did a little bit, you know, of merging between troops and all that stuff, hiring mercenaries, whatever. And I seem to have been able to maximize the number of troops to the point where it looks like an auto-resolve will be successful here. Again, I hate fighting the walled siege battles, so I apologize if this is something you would have liked to have seen fought out. But I don't mind defending them so much, it's just attacking them can be really, really annoying and tedious. And so, because we are able to auto-resolve this and win, I'm going to go ahead and do that. And we will go ahead and subjugate them. And again, the reason I'm doing that is because the amount of troops they will able to be support. That's not grammatically correct sentence. The amount of troops they will be able to support from this single province will be significantly more than I would be able to if I were to conquer it myself. So by subjugating them and making them a puppet state under me, I'm effectively strengthening myself more than if I were to just conquer this for myself. And so we will subjugate. And now we have new Pictish allies, and I can recruit stuff from them. Speaking of recruiting stuff from them, there's a lot of things we need to disband here, so all of these guys can go. We'll probably hang on to the cavalry, although eventually they will get replaced, but these guys need to go because they're quite expensive. And let's see, what can I levy from them? Basically more of the same, although we can do it for far, far less than what we were paying the mercenaries. So if we wanted Celtic Axeband, for example, it would cost us, it looks like 40 gold less. So that's not too bad. I'll probably just go with Romans again, but let's get set up here and we'll hang out for a little bit while these guys replenish. And I believe that will be the end of our turn. We are out of money. I'm pretty sure we handled everything we could in here, but let's just make sure. It looks like, no, there is a position open. So maybe we forgot to do this at the end of last episode. It doesn't look like anybody is in need of a promotion, but there's got to be someone. So Lucius Fanius Triarius needs a promotion. Appius Brutus needs one as well. Let's appoint you here. And one of you guys will need to get moved up there as well. We're just kind of log jammed in here, unfortunately. It's making it hard to promote people and to use up their influence, which is probably the bigger deal. Because the more they sit on that influence, the more likely they are to use it against me. And that's never a good thing. Let's see. Does anybody have a ton of influence right now? Marinus does. I'm wondering if I should have him gather some support for us. I could also secure loyalty, but I feel like gathering support might be more useful because we are not doing very well over here. So I'm going to try it and we'll see how that goes. How much does that cost again? 27. Okay, so he'll still have a decent chunk of influence left. We'll see how that goes. And let's jump into diplomacy real quick before we end this turn and just see if there's anything else we need to do. So we finally got the Alamans to go deal with our enemies over in Casurgis over here. And so that is now theirs. Let's see. I don't need to war target anything down here because I need to conquer this myself. Yeah, because we want the entire province, although we did lose part of it. So we're going to take both of those ourselves, so I don't need to get the Garamantians involved, although their help would be appreciated. I'd rather they go over here and claim that. And then this, I think, is going to be our next goal, to get the Franks to take all of Frisia. That way, again, we have a nice solid buffer, and they'll be a little bit more powerful to defend themselves against whatever attacks us from the east. And I wish I had some money to throw at the Picts, but for now, our relations with them will continue to improve. It's just sort of going to take time. But yeah, we'll wait that out. Once it kind of tapers off, we'll start throwing them gifts to make sure it continues to grow. And I kind of need them to grab this. If they don't, we might have issues because I need to be able to trade with them in order to sort of passively improve our relations. And if they don't share a border with us, there's no real way for me to do that. So I need them to expand south, otherwise I have to expand north, and I'd rather not have to. Again, that lone settlement is not going to benefit me very much, so I'd rather just not have to deal with it. And if they could get a little bit stronger from it, then I welcome that. So, up here, I think the next big thing is going to be the Abdanians. We're going to subjugate them as well. That should be a little bit more straightforward because they have a port, so no matter what happens, we will be able to trade with them. Also, I think they're pretty weak at this point. Let's just make sure our armies down in Africa have been marched. No, we didn't move you guys yet. Okay, well, let's put you... well, hold on. So you're a 5-star, you're a 2-star. Let's have you besiege. And then you're going to march up there to support. But you have to wait for him to besiege. Even though you can win this on your own, we're going to send both legions because it's more XP and less casualties for us if it's, you know, an overwhelming victory. Okay, so we've got that. Let's go ahead and attack, and there is absolutely no chance we could lose that, so let's auto-resolve this as well. And that is a complete slaughter. We lose just over 200 men out of 4,000. They are killed to a man, and we are going to reoccupy this because it was ours initially.
At your command.
And so let's see. This is all going to need to get repaired. Luckily, I don't think they changed anything. Oh, I don't have any money. Whoops. Well, we'll repair that at least, and we'll repair the rest of these later. But yeah, they didn't change anything, so I don't have to rebuild. I just need to fix it. And start marching that direction. You can hang out here for now. Let's get you leveled up, though. I think we'll take the replenishment. And this is going to give us a nice +3 melee defense to everybody in the army, so we'll take that as well. And it looks like the Legion itself leveled up. Let's put 1 point here. And we're not fighting barbarian kingdoms. I guess you could call them Eastern Empires, but I don't think that's accurate either. That might be what they fall into. Honestly, I don't even know that these guys fall into any of those groups. But we have to spend this on something. Let's take the integrity. That seems like a good idea. And then you guys just hang out until our next fight. And we got to keep an eye on these just to make sure they don't cause us any trouble. Is there anything else we need to do before we end this turn? I don't want to forget about something and pay for it later. I'm concerned if I issue a war target here, the Alamans might be the ones that capitalize on it. The Franks do not appear to be strong enough right now to pull that off. I wish I could help them, but last time I tried, I really paid for it. So, yeah, as much as I'd like to help them take this, they kind of have to do it on their own. Let's see. I'm not seeing anything else. So let's end our turn. Alright, so a faction was destroyed. It's not going to tell me which, but I'm assuming it's the one down in Africa that we just defeated. And we have activity from the Huns agents as usual. Oh, great. So what's happening here? Wow. Alright, so I can spend either 20 of his influence or 25 of the Emperor's. Let's spend his influence, since he started with a little bit more, and he seems to be gaining it faster. But we're going to have him do it, and that'll get us +6% control. It says current power 34, but that doesn't really add up. Let's look at that. So, we're at acceptable. I guess it did get us to 34. It was control I was thinking of, not power. Okay, so we have 26%. That's still not very good, but it's gotten us back to acceptable, which gives us a +1 loyalty. And ideally we want to be imbalanced. So we'll have to keep working on that. It's just very, very difficult to secure enough influence to constantly make that happen. Especially when we have to worry about loyalties as well. Because there's a lot of people with faltering loyalty for the most part. Although this is a good way to help deal with that. So it might be worth just kind of ignoring disloyal people for a while. Yeah, I'm going to have Serena do this as well. So if you could gather support, that'd be great. I'm going to have the Emperor hold off because if we run into events like that where it's like either he steps in and spends his influence or we lose control, I'd rather have some banked to spend on those sorts of situations. Okay, so down in Africa, we are still marching here. They did offer me a peace treaty between turns, but obviously I declined. I have no desire to end this war, especially since they're the ones that started it. Let's see, I'll move to here. Yeah, so you guys can start praying to whatever gods you favor now, because things are about to go very, very poorly for you. Let's get this stuff repaired. And let's see, I think public order here will resolve itself pretty quickly. The instability is going to tick away 1 per turn. Characters -3, that's interesting. I'll have to, who's their governor? You don't have one, okay. Well, once we turn this into a complete province, maybe we'll get one. But that's being upgraded. I suppose we could upgrade this as well for a bit more public order. Food is a bit of an issue, but this should be providing us with food, and it is about to tick up to the next level. Interesting that this isn't. I would think that, you know, like a lumber resource, you know, forests, they would have stuff for hunting, but I guess not. And I don't think that that's going to be necessary anytime soon. This could give us food as well. But the public order hit might be more than it's worth. So let's just leave it as it is for now. They have a couple of ships here just kind of hanging out with nowhere to go. I'm not too concerned about them. They'll probably just end up taking a bunch of attrition to the point where they can't do anything and die. Alright. Let's see. Let's go back up north. And we got to keep an eye on you guys. Celtic Axe Band. Again, I don't think I'm going to bother. I think I'm going to stick to good old Roman troops. But let's march south. I'm actually going to force march you to Aboricum, because you'll replenish faster there. And I can level these guys up. So let's get them retrained into Legio Comitatensis. And we'll need to recruit another one for you whenever we get the chance. We'll also want to get you another Manalitoi Pike and another Auxilia Palatina. So there's at least 3 troops we need to recruit there. And I wouldn't mind getting them some different cavalry as well, although the stuff that they have now is at least inexpensive, so there is that. Okay, well, what else do we have going on here? If we pan east, it looks like the Huns are up to something, although there's a lot of action in this area. Oh, there's another Hunnic army there. Good thing I have spies now. Can actually have them harass these armies. Yeah, go misdirect them. Oh, there's 2. Critical failure, so he's going to be injured. That's a real shame. Where were we recruiting these guys from? Because I wouldn't mind another spy, and I'm pretty sure we have the ability to recruit multiple. So, let's see. Yeah, I can get a couple more spies. What does this do? That's not going to help. What does that do? +1 zeal? Yeah, we'll try that. And is there any other places where I can get spies? I feel like we had a couple that we could train them at. But maybe I am misremembering. There we go. Train him. And yeah, we're going to have our spies kind of hanging out in this area, harassing any Hunnic armies that come in. It'll also give us a nice advanced warning about it. Oh, I should have trained him here in Sirmium. It's going to be an extra turn he has to waste moving. Oh well. Right. So I am gonna take a quick pause here and spend some money on upgrades, so you guys don't need to like sit around and watch that. And I'll come back and we'll do maybe some more troop movements, although I think we've covered most of it, but we'll see. Okay, so that was pretty quick. Most of my money went to very, very expensive upgrades, so it didn't take very long to spend it all. Let's jump back into here, and I think we've already taken care of most of this, but let's just make sure. Yeah, there's quite a few people that need to be promoted, but unfortunately there's nowhere to promote them to, which makes this very, very difficult. And alright, yeah, okay. Well, there's not much we can do then. And she's going to gather support. Let's jump into diplomacy. Did I call that diplomacy? That is like politics. This is diplomacy. So that is continuing to trend upward, which is great. Again, we'll let that just kind of do its own thing until it stops improving and starts, you know, sort of hitting a plateau or starts falling down, in which case we'll start throwing money at them in the form of gifts to make sure it keeps going in the right direction. Okay, things are deteriorating with the Franks. I'm not entirely sure why. There's obviously a lot of things that they don't like about us, but none of those have been new occurrences. Those have all been things for a while. But it doesn't look like our relations with either of these two are falling off much, so I'm not going to really concern myself with it. The Garamantians are just kind of hanging out. Can I order them to do that? No. That's annoying. Eastern Romans are absolutely falling apart here. Well, what we'll probably do is this is gonna be essentially like a reverse of history. Is the Eastern Roman Empire is probably going to collapse. The Western Roman Empire will persist, and we'll probably make some great conquest to reclaim these lost Roman lands. So when they eventually give up, we'll start pushing this way. Although that will require us to have defeated the Huns first, because we have to commit way too many forces to our border to deal with them to make something like that viable. So yeah, we'll have to have defeated Attila by that point. But in theory, once we have all this secured, we can march our armies right to the border here, and if Libya falls, we could take Libya and just keep pushing this way with the 2 legions in Africa we have. And then we have more than enough legions in this area. I think there's like 5 or 6 where we could easily overwhelm anybody who is, you know, trying to defend Turkey against us. But of course, as I said, these guys will need to be added to the equation to make that viable. What else do we have going on here? Not much. Not much. It's been sort of quiet. The Huns come in, you know, they attack us, we defeat them, rinse and repeat. It'd be nice if you guys could defeat the Huns for me. You're standing right next to that army, but I guess I could war target them. Wow. So the Dacians really, really like me, and the Macedonians kinda don't. Why is that falling off so much? Religious aversion. Why are you guys not... We're going to need to convert them. So, whoops, not what I meant to do there. You guys can presumably recruit priests. I have too many priests. So I'm going to need to ditch a priest. I don't know, where are they all, by the way? There, okay. So you're just boosting the public order here, which seems unnecessary. It would be a hell of a march to get you across the map. I don't want to disband you, though. That seems like an absolute waste. So I guess what we're going to have to do is we'll select him, and we're going to tell him, get to Corinthus any way you can, as fast as you can. It's not even showing. Okay, so you're going by land. Apparently he decided that was the fastest way to do it. It's going to take him several turns, but at least we don't have to get rid of a very valuable priest. And he's going to convert the Macedonians down here. Well, they're actually Greeks. This Macedonia is like this area. But anyways, he's going to convert them back to Christianity to make us better friends. You guys already are. Oh no, you're pagan as well. Where are you? Let's jump back in here. Are they pagan? If they're pagan, we'll convert them too. Yeah, they are. Okay. Then we'll try to convert them both. That'll make our relationships with both of them stronger. And with that, is there anything else I need to do? You guys have already moved. Next turn, we'll get you out of force march and get you some recruits. You guys are readying for this assault here. And on this front, we kind of just have to wait for them to attack. It's sort of just a matter of where. It looks like they'll probably hit Savaria and or Sopine. Sirmium, I think, is safe. Interesting. Why do we have pestilence happening here? Well, that should deal with it. And then once this ticks up to 7, we'll build another sanitation building there. But I think that's going to be it for this turn. I'm kind of carrying over a lot of money, actually. Let's find like one more thing to spend it on. Oh, you guys can build something. The question is what? What do we need to build here? Let's see. Let's do... Food Emporium would give me commerce and road development. It'd let me recruit spies here. It would hurt public order, but it would give me additional food production, which might be more important. So I could do that. You have a lot of food in little public order, though, so maybe that's not the best choice. Maybe a capital or something would be more useful. And we can turn it into a statue. Because there's no real downside to the statue, so that might be the better way to go. And that'll just be a nice flat public order bonus. And potentially we could upgrade one more thing. How are you guys doing? You could get more food. And if that's upgrading, maybe that's worthwhile. So there we go. Oh, wow, a lot of level ups. Alright, we got a governor. Let's take the free public order. And you know what? We'll double that and get just a flat 4 bonus. We got another one here. A general this time. Let's take the faction-wide research bonus, and then we'll throw a point in there. And let's see here. Is there anything I can give you? I mean, extra research would be nice, especially if you're just standing around. Wealth from immigration. I don't know what's going to help here. I'm not going to worry about it right now. But he did level up. So... Did I... No, I didn't. Okay. Oh, governor. Different character. Right. How do we want to handle this? Let's lower the corruption. That might be useful. And you are a governor as well. Let's throw a point in there. No. Let's reset that. That's not going to help. Let's do one here, and then we'll do public order there. And I don't think I leveled him up, so I might need to do that next time. Okay, so more hostile agent activity on the part of the Huns. It's sort of to be expected at this point. And it looks like she failed in her attempt as well. Luckily, she had enough influence to recover. So yes, whatever it takes, see the matter through. Spend 20 influence, get us more control. And what? Okay, great. So apparently the guy that we just sent to help gain influence for us immediately flip-flopped. Although I'm not sure why. He has 10 loyalty. But he just cost us 4 control, so we lose 4 of the 6 that we just got. And somebody else leveled up. Oh, is it this guy? No, we upgraded you. Huh. Well, I'm not worried about it. Although, where are you? I wish it would take me to you. I don't know where you are. Ah, over here. Yeah, we need to continue building this legion up. There's no point in having a legion here if it's not going to be at full strength. Although I don't know that I need a 3rd legion in Africa. It might be better to build one to the north. In fact, I think that's what I'm going to do, especially since the 2 legions we have down here have been very, very effective. So, you're the 3-star. You can go ahead and end this. Yeah, no chance of losing this. We've got like 4,000 men here against just over 2, so let's auto-resolve this as well. That's over. I think our Dominion of Africa is secure at this point. We're going to occupy this. And now we control the entire province. And it looks like this legion has leveled up. Let's take that, and a little bit of integrity wouldn't hurt, so we'll take that as well. Okay, so I have you selected. Let's have you force march back to Tingis. You guys can't move this turn, so just kind of stay here and replenish your numbers. We'll make sure that these guys are defeated one way or another. They're not really much of a threat, but I'm not going to leave them on the board to become one. And then, let's see here. So this needs to get converted. I have to rebuild this city first, so I have to repair it. Okay, and what do we have here? A fishing wharf? What is that? Fishing jetties? Go ahead and repair this one, and we'll turn this into something else. So trade, military. I think trade is a good one. What do we have here? Magistrate's Palace. Do I need a Magistrate's Palace? We'll see. We'll see. But we definitely don't need that, so start tearing it down. Actually, I can't even use this, can I? It would have to be something else. Yeah, tear that down as well. Okay. So we'll figure this out. Public order is going to be rough for a little while, but most of that is due to the instability and the devastation, which will go away without too much time. And then we have that -20 conquest penalty, which is just this turn, so that will be gone very shortly as well. We do want this province to be able to maintain public order without the armies present, though, because eventually we will need to move on. But for now, that is just fine. Let's hop back up here. We'll get our spies moving. I want you there. So the Huns did not make it over here yet. And there's the other spy. I want you just start moving in this general direction. But yeah, we're going to have constant presence of spies here. Oh, so they are going after Sirmium. Okay. Okay, then. Before I forget, let's hop back up here. And you guys need some... Oh, you need to get out of that stance first. We need one more of those, one more of those. And we need Manalatoy pikes, which we cannot get here. I don't recall if we can recruit them down here. Let's see. We can. Okay, so we'll have to march them down to the southern province in order to recruit those. Let's upgrade you guys. And should that be a governor's estate? Can we afford the food hit from that? That's going to be the real question. This is taking us from nothing to -30, so I'm guessing no. No, we probably cannot. What is this? That's a trade jetty. That might need to get converted into a fishing wharf, just to ensure that we can support a governor's estate here. Because I'd like to get a governor's palace. I don't know that I need a royal court necessarily in Londinium, but it would be kind of cool. I think a governor's palace would be enough, but obviously this being the capital of Britannia, it'd be nice to have it like fully upgraded. Speaking of capitals, how are Rome and Mediolanum doing? Rome is not really upgraded, although the province of Italia itself is more or less fully upgraded, so it won't be too long before this ticks up to 7 and we can put something here. And we'll probably do, well, technically our capital is Mediolanum, which is Milan now. I should probably upgrade that. And I've got a column carver. Is that worth upgrading? It's going to give us more squalor. I should probably wait. Should probably wait. But it looks like, yes, I was planning to build a capital or something here. And it looks like we could use more food. Let's upgrade that and then upgrade this. Okay. And then I think I'm going to jump down here and disband this legion. Or, you know, I don't need to disband it necessarily. I could sail it to here and just start building a legion right there. And then I don't need to, like, fire you and retrain you. So let's do that. Let's get rid of all these mercenaries. And then you, Quintus Promotus, is that your full name? Okay, well, you're gonna go sailing. And yeah, we're just gonna sail him across the Mediterranean to Salona. And he'll build a new legion there, and we can deploy it to help us in this area against the Huns. So that'll be useful. It'll be very useful. Alright, so looking at these armies, again, they're deploying almost entirely cavalry, which, while very, very deadly, especially out in the field, is not going to help them a whole lot if they decide to besiege us. Although, granted, their strategy so far has been to besiege us and just wait and force us into a battle on their terms, which has worked pretty well, although we've defeated them every time. It still definitely plays to their advantage more so than actually fighting the siege out, which is what I would like them to do. Again, if they assault Sirmium, even with 2 full stacks against my single full stack in the garrison, we'll win that, because their cavalry is going to just get slaughtered trying to take walls. It's just not something cavalry should be doing. Did you guys just, like, abandon this? Do you have a garrison there? You got 5 troops. The Huns are... well, I mean, these guys look like they've suffered quite a bit of attrition, so... Is his name really Nimrod? Oh, man. I mean, they could potentially take this from you guys. I don't think that they would. Yeah, I don't think that they would. Because they wouldn't want to tie themselves to land. The Huns wouldn't do that. They might sack it. But what are you guys up to now? I have no idea. But I wish the Franks would kind of grow a spine here and take Tillafurdum. Yeah, they're just kind of dug in. And I don't think that... This isn't even like 1.5 stacks. It's like just over 1. So I don't think that they'd be able to take this. I don't know. Well, we'll figure out something. We'll make sure the Franks get that somehow, some way. Even if I have to send a legion over there to help and just kind of like knock everything down and leave a clear path for them. I want them to expand and get stronger, especially at the expense of our enemies, the Geats, who currently hold this. I'd like to push them out of the region entirely, so if I could get the Franks to, you know, take this. I don't know who holds this here. Okay, so it is... No, not you guys. I don't remember what that faction is, but we are at war with them, so we'll have them try to take that too and just grab this whole region, including Rugi on there. But that would give them a nice base of power, and once we have this part of the map sort of secure... Oh, apparently they've expanded all the way up the little Denmark peninsula here. Or Danish peninsula, I guess I should say. Anyways, once we've secured this area, whether, you know, we've conquered it or we've conquered some of it and gotten them to agree to peace terms, then these guys can start sending armies south and east to help me out with the Huns. So that'll be really, really useful. But anyways, let's go ahead and end the episode here. I think we're about out of time anyways. So thank you so much for watching. I had a great time playing some Total War Attila with you, and I look forward to seeing you guys back here for the next episode.